I grip him by the wrist and I shoot a burning hex at his hand. He sucks in his breath and I do it again and again and again, leaving smoldering red strips across his hand again and again until his fingers loosen and I wrench the wand out of his grip. Standing up and looking down at him, crouching by my feet. By my feet. Oh, and there's fear in his eyes now. Isn't there just? Burning hex is mudblood. I glare at him. So it's mudblood now, is it? That's dark magic, isn't it? He goes on. I thought that was a branch of magic too low for you. I snap and throw my wand at him again, shooting another hex at him. I don't know where it hits, but he hisses in pain. You took me this low. You can suffer the consequences, I shout at him. He moves himself up onto his knees, laughing at me. You're so eager to justify your actions. He drawls. You can't twist anything to suit your purpose, can't you? What a fine Death Eater you would have made, if only your blood were pure. But it isn't, is it? I shout as I move closer to him, both wands pointing at his feet, at his face. You should know, you bastard! You killed my Muggle parents! No, my dear Mudblood, you're quite mistaken. You killed them! He laughs with pure malice. You killed them by parading yourself as a witch. They would be alive now if you hadn't had the audacity to enter our world, leaving your own behind. I feel such rage and such anger as I have never known flying through me, pounding through my veins like electricity. Without thinking about what I'm doing, I raise my hand. Crucio! He screams again and writhes on the ground, howling. I can read. Howling in agony, and almost immediately I lift the curse, horrified by what I've done. Oh God, how could I have done that? It's evil. It's brutal. It's just like him. He remains still on the ground for a moment, breathing hard as if he's been running, before he staggers up to his knees again, looking at me with the deepest loathing. I'm not so scared of him. I've got the power now. Me. How does it feel? I ask, shaking to the depths of my hatred. How does it feel to be treated like shit for being alive? At first he doesn't react. For just a second his hand moves to his boot, and I'm not sure. I swear I saw something. His face. He's gonna pull out a knife, by the way. There's a knife in his boot. Because I know shit about Lucius Malfoy for some reason. Don't touch him. He's full of knives. My face thaws into laughter as he stands up, distracting me, looking me down with challenge, with almost no fear at all. So kill me then, he mutters. Kill me, my little mudblood. You said once that your only consultation was the thought of my death. Why don't you kill me now and end it all tonight? I freeze. This is it. This is the moment I've been dreaming of ever since he ground my broken fingers under his shoe. He smiles at me, smiles in the face of death as I point my wand into his face. Perhaps he's not such a coward after all. I can do it. I've seen it done before. I know the incantation, the wrist movement. God knows I want it to happen. Enough for there to be enough power behind the spell. He killed my parents. And now I'll avenge them. The world will be a better place when he's gone. It's not murder. It's justice. So what am I waiting for? He smiles at me, and he moves very suddenly. I see a glint of silver, and I don't have time to move before pain slams into my shoulder with white-hot agony. I look at the source and see the knife planted in my shoulders. His hand is clasped around the blade. His fingers bathed in my blood as the wound spills crimson around the blade. My blood, my filthy blood, flowing all over his hands. I cry out in sheer agony and shock, because it hurts so much. I can feel it in me. And oh my God, how did that happen? When did that happen? His boot. When I saw near his boot. Stupid, stupid, stupid Hermione! I look at him desperately, frozen with agony. He stares down at me with his perfect control, his lips twisting into a smile. An eye for an eye, he mutters. Isn't it the Muggle saying? After all, I have an almost identical scar in almost the exact same place on my shoulder. It's a scar that you created. Don't you remember? I shake with the pain, frozen by it. My fingers seize up as I grip desperately onto the front of his robes, my lips forming words that I don't even know the meaning of. He rips the knife from my shoulder and I fall to my knees. Everything gives way as my fingers loosen. I drop the two wands onto the floor.